Will be the dire side, while PotM bottom is going to be the radiant side. We got into the picks a tiny bit late while I was fixing all my overlays, but now everything is sorted. This will be a solo cast, by the way. I got no co-caster right now, so just going into the bans really quick. We got Brewmaster, Furion, Lycan, and Enchantress already taken out of the pool. Kind of standard heroes so far, nothing too surprising. PotM bottom has actually been a little bit out of, or below the radar, I would say, recently. They had some pretty dominant performances in past tournaments, taking out some very well-known teams, and then for a while we just hadn't heard much from them. I know in Pro Dota 2 especially, the tournaments games themselves have been pretty delayed, especially the American side due to scheduling issues, but they're still a very, very strong team nonetheless, and I'm looking forward to see what they're going to bring here today. And Luksus is not a team that I am as familiar with, but if they made it to the finals of the qualifications, then I'm pretty sure that they're a relatively good team. So I'm looking forward to a good game, and hopefully we can get the picks underway here and get everything sorted for the game. And we already have PotM bottom actually cutting in a bit to their reserve time here. And they're really thinking about what they want to ban last. They already took out the Enchantress, so unless they ban Chen, that might actually force Luksus to take it out if they do in fact like to run junglers. But I know that PotM bottom is a team known for running very aggressive lineups with heroes like AA mid, Windrunner offlaning to make sure that you can land Shackles with that partnered level 6 ultimate, and other combinations like that that are very, very potent. And for once, they actually do have their full roster. A lot of the time I see this team play, they typically either have 1 or 2 ringers, again, because some of the players have other commitments that they need to take care of rather than playing. So definitely understandable. But Invoker and Darkseid are going to be the last game, or the last bans for this game. And CK is going to be first picked up here by PotM bottom. And that's what happens when you have new heroes added to the pool, who basically make it so you're forced to ban out something else that you know that a team is known for, or you simply just don't want to play again. So that does open up CK for the first pick, and PotM bottom is going to take that. Now we're going to have to see how Luksus wants to react to this. And CK is counterable. Any kind of heavy AoE is very good against CK. He still is weak to early game aggression, a lot like most later game heroes, but he does have some potency in the early to mid game. He has a great stun. He has a blink utility that can either pull people in or blink to them. And it looks like Chen and Enigma is going to be the answer from that from Luksus. And I really like these pickups as well, because now having the Chen and the Enigma, that kind of solidifies their lanes a little bit. At the very least, it's going to be a middle or bottom lane Enigma, because they already have a Chen, and Chen has really never been seen as a laner ever. So out of those two, Enigma is definitely going to be the one who's going to be sitting either bottom or mid, depending on what they want to pick here. But that kind of helps out PotM bottom in a way, letting them know what kind of style that Luksus is going to go for so early. And picking his CK, I mean, he could adapt to a lot of situations. Waiting to see how PotM bottom wants to answer this. And I'm a bit surprised we actually saw the Invoker ban. Invoker is still a very powerful hero, but he hasn't seemed to be like as dominant as I remember him being when he was pre-nerf Tornado EMP build with Quadswex. That was the time where I thought that Invoker was probably his strongest, and that was back when Dendi pretty much only played Exort, and now everybody pretty much plays Exort after the changes. And people actually think that's, in some cases, harder to play against, so he's going to be banned out this game. But AA picked up here by PotM bottom as well. And that's kind of what I was saying. I know they love to run mid AA, and they already have a stun on their team to help line up those Icy Blasts and an Earthshaker as well, so that's double stun, including the ultimate that can help lock people down. And the last of the first picking phase is going to be Morphling from Luksus, so now we're going to go into the second bans. And honestly, they really need supports on Luksus right now. I mean, the AA could be played as a support. I don't think that's going to be the case due to the kind of team that PotM bottom is. And Earthshaker is obviously going to be a dedicated support. That's pretty much all the hero can do. And if they want to really hinder Luksus, I think they probably want to ban out heroes that are supports, like the CM, like Venomancer, things like that, and remove the opportunity to give them better lanes. Because as it stands right now, most of the time when you pick a Morphling, then you're going to be looking at a CM shortly thereafter if they're given the opportunity. Leshrak's going to be taken out here by PotM bottom. And they could have picked it up themselves, honestly, because they were first pick in this game, so they would have had the first pick coming out of the second ban phase, but I guess they really don't care about the push potential or the follow-up stuns. They already have 2 very, very good stuns anyway. Windrunner also still in the pool as well. I know they love running him. And we're going to go ahead and wait to see what Luksus wants to do here. And the one thing that we can really take away from this so far is that Luksus is really looking to play a pushing type style. I mean, I don't actually think I've seen a team with a Chen and an Enigma for a pretty long time. That combination can push down towers very quickly, but at the same time, if you don't get anything done in the early stages of the game, heroes like CK will eventually take over. The way that you build him is just so tanky. A lot of people like to go for the drum and then either straight BKB or an armlet. It allows him to pretty much tank anything. Also, the strength bonus significantly helps his illusions from Phantasm. As we see Luksus here taking out Storm Spirit. And I don't know if Luksus is familiar with the playstyle of PotM bottom, but the Storm ban in this particular case, yeah, he could have been picked here, but I don't think it was probable. Looking at the heroes right now, I know that Kizzles either plays support or he plays a jungler type hero. And they have IA2000, who's typically their long laner, and Way2 either plays semi-carry or a secondary support with Fogged as their mid or sneaking depending on the situation. And the last ban out is going to be Lich, so there we go. There are the two supports that I thought were going to come out from PotM bottom. I didn't know if they were going to take Leshrac. That hero still fits into pretty much any lineup in this situation, but they definitely don't want to play with him, I guess. Or they are favoring something else that they want to take after the second banning phase is over. Last ban coming out here soon from Luksus. By the way, shout out to the guys at Gamers University for letting me cast this game. It's really cool of them. I know a lot of tournaments are pretty tight about who they want to let cast their stuff, so I definitely appreciate any practice I can get. And we got about 10 seconds left for the last pick here, unless they want to cut into reserve time. By the way, PotM bottom is pretty much out of reserve time. 3 seconds left, and the last ban out is going to be Queen of Pain. And I like that one a lot more, honestly. Given the pick so far at PotM bottom, I think that the Queen of Pain ban makes much more sense than the Storm Spirit. I mean, Storm Spirit's a great hero, and as I said before, he can work here, but it would kind of mess up their lanes a bit, especially considering that AA is pretty likely going to go middle. Got about 10 seconds left for PotM bottom here to pick what they want. And they still have a pretty potent lane combination. Anything with a CK is going to be strong, and there is the Windrunner. Beastmaster picked up here by Luksus in response. So likely we're going to see the Beastmaster either long lane or middle, depending on who he wants to put it against. I think they're probably going to be better off sending the Beastmaster middle. Even against an AA that's still a little bit of a lane loss for a Beastmaster, I think AA wins that. But it's not going to be as bad as sending him to a situation where he's likely going to be against 2, if not 3 heroes. Not to mention, Enigma can actually CS in that situation, where other heroes, especially melee, just aren't able to. Waiting to see what PotM bottom wants to do to round out their lineup. Last hero picked for them. They got about 3 seconds left to decide what they want. And it's going to be Lina. Alright, so they have a really decent wave spammer. Another stun. So they have Shackle, they have the Light Strike Array, they have Fissure, and they have Chaos Bolt. So that's 4 stuns, basically, to help line up AA ultimates. And looking at their lineup, they could still do a Windrunner mid. It's possible. But I'm not sure if they're going to go with that. Let's see what Luksus wants to do here. About 10 seconds left for them until they get into their reserve time. But they've picked quite a bit faster, actually. Seems like they might have a better idea of what kind of strategy they're going for. I still feel like they need a support. CM's in the pool. And if they wanted to, they could definitely pick it up right here. They have no dedicated support as of yet. Just 2 basic jungle heroes, a long laner, and a carry. So definitely interesting picks. They're going to take their time here, make sure they get exactly what they want. Not going to rush anything. Don't mind that. And I really think right now that PotM bottom is going to have the advantage, especially in the early to mid game. Even with the kind of pushing lineup that Luksus is running, the just sheer amount of burst damage that PotM bottom is bringing at low levels is so hard to deal with. I mean, you have long range Fissure for initiation, followed by a power shot, possible CK stun or Lina stun, and wave after that. I mean, that is honestly a ludicrous amount of damage. Anybody who gets caught by that, even a Morphling especially, picked after an AA, given the fact that A ultimate was fixed, so now it's actually detrimental to morph while you're in AA ultimate, whereas before you could actually still gain health, now you can't. and that can actually pretty much kill him straight up if he's not careful. So I really like PotM Bottom's picks here so far. And I think that Luksus is kind of thinking, well, we need a support, but we're not really sure what support we're going to go with. And it is going to be CM. Okay, so pretty much spot on for most of my my guesses so far, at least in terms of picks. And we're going to get the game started in just a couple of minutes, hopefully. Just waiting for people to pick up their heroes. Once again, my name is Draskyl. I want to thank you guys for joining me today for the Gamer University Qualification Finals match between PotM Bottom and Luksus. And of course, it wouldn't be Dota without a pause, so going to go over the players really fast for both teams. We're going to have Sneaking playing the Windrunner. We're going to have Way Too Sexy, a.k.a. Fluffy Tiger-Shaped Clouds, on Lina. Fog going to be playing AA Kizzles on Earthshaker, and Aoi 2000 finally on that CK. And then for Luksus, we're going to have Noya on the Enigma Hasu, playing on Beastmaster Hawaii, on Chen, and I'm just going to call him Rotten because that's too hard to read. Gotta love the alternating caps. And one more, Zordy is going to be playing the Crystal Maiden. And looking at the way things are shaping up so far, I'm pretty sure that the Windrunner played by Sneaking is going to be going long lane. And Fogged on AA, likely going to be mid. We have Kizzles and Way 2 on those support heroes, as I thought was going to be the case. And Aoi, their typical long laner or carry player, going to be playing on that CK. And I'm not as familiar with Luksus. And apparently everybody from PotM Bottom is ready, so the game's going to get started here. Going to have to wait to see how the lanes shape up. I'm curious as to what Luksus is going to do with their lineup. Seems like they're going to be sending a bunch of people top to scout things out. Windrunner already headed up to that top lane, and oh my goodness, I almost forgot to turn off the overlay again. I'm so bad at that. But got it fixed now, guys, just as the game became unpaused. So we're going to have the CK Lina bottom. And at the moment, Earthshaker is kind of wandering around. Wants to see what he wants to do. They could still run Earthshaker, Windrunner top. It would be a very safe lane, to be certain, but I don't think it would be too effective if it's going to be anything like a tri-lane up here. And Sneaking's going to be a bit careful. Already sees somebody from Luksus, so he's going to go ahead and back off. Five heroes just kind of hovering around here from Luksus. And I guess this is actually not their entire team. Hasu is a stand-in. And Zordy might be as well because he's not rocking the tag. So we're looking at two potential stand-ins versus a full roster of PotM Bottom. And there's the horn, so the game's going to be starting in just a couple of seconds here. And we are going to have a basic 2-1-2 coming out from PotM Bottom. There's a flashback. Haven't seen that in quite a while. It's typically either tri-lanes or dual lanes with a defensive jungler. You can see Chen dropping the rune ward here. Very interesting spot. I don't know if it's going to be very effective in this situation just because of how the lanes worked out for PotM Bottom. I don't think the lane is going to be doing much roaming depending on who's bottom lane. But honestly, they haven't sent anyone bottom. Luxus has no heroes in the bottom lane. It's pretty much just going to be free farm for the CK. And if that happens, then the Lina is free to pretty much do whatever she wants. I have seen teams not send people to a long lane before, but you're letting a CK free farm, and Aoi is the type of player who will take full advantage of that. He is not going to miss any CS. He's going to get as much as he possibly can in the early part of the game. We're going to have that Beastmaster versus AA middle. Once again, I think that AA is definitely favored here. You can see Hasu taking quite a bit of harassment damage with that cold feet and some auto attacks. So we're going to have Enigma in the jungle and Chen also jungling. So double jungle. I guess that means they're going to go for a really fast top tier tower. Got some Nova coming off for harassment on the Sneaking. Kizzles is sitting on the side here. Needs to be a bit careful. However, there is an illusion scouting out the Chen. He's going to get spotted. Are they going to go on this? The Nova is actually not up for another 5 seconds, so I think he's going to be okay. But there's the waveform in from Morphling. Some auto attacks going off. Nice body blocking by Rotten here. Can they get more auto attacks off? The Nova misses, and Kizzles is going to be able to get back to his tower pretty much no problem. And that was definitely a nice little play there by the Morphling. Unfortunately, not enough to get him the kill. CM missing his Nova definitely hurt that. And at this point in time, I still got to give the advantage to PotM Bottom and lanes until they kill that top tier tower. We can see the gold spiked up just a tiny bit. So So the Morphling's going to have free farm, but the CK is also going to have free farm. 7, actually 8-3 now for the Morphling. Aoi is currently at 11-4. Again, I really don't think he's going to be missing any CS down here. No reason to. Not even really against a hero. Zordi and Sneaking doing a little bit of back and forth here.
Can't outrun a wildfire.
And now we have a Haystern picked up on Lina, who is also level 1. Going to make it back to the pole camp just in time. Also stacked that before he pulled. Nice efficiency there. There is a hero bottom now from Luksus. Seems like Enigma has made his way down here. So instead of running that double jungle, they're going to be running a standard 1 jungle with a dual lane top. And let that Enigma solo the long lane. And that's kind of what I originally thought they were going to do anyway, so I'm a bit surprised that he went that route that he did. Let's check out Fog mid here. He already has his bottle. Wow, 15-8 at 3 minutes. That's crazy farm. 8-0 on the Beastmaster. Yeah, Fog is definitely doing great here. Level 4 already. He's going stats, actually, over getting his slow, so that's a little bit interesting. No Ice Vortex for him. We got Kizzles coming in from the back. It is daytime, so he should be able to spot this out relatively soon. Where's the Fissure? There it is. Nice block, too. But it actually blocks Kizzles. He's running backwards, and somehow Hasu gets out of range of the Cold Feet. Unbelievable. That looked really like it was going to freeze him for sure. Definitely nice evasive technique right there from the Beastmaster, but I can't believe that didn't freeze him. Hasu's going to go ahead and flask up here, going for the 2-1-1, so he's got 1 rank of that aura. Pretty standard build. The first rank is the most effective after all. Sneaking, doing some harassment onto Hawaii right here. Fissure from the side from Kizzles. Is he going to be able to get this kill? Zordi comes in from the bottom, but he doesn't have any mana. There's nowhere for him to go. The waveform in from Morphling, but it's not enough, and the first blood goes to PotM. Windrunner picks up the kill, but Chen gets revenge by using his Ursa to clap and get the return kill. So 1-1 right now at 4 minutes into the game. Always still left to his own devices down here. Bottom lane farming away. 23-7 right now. Fog's 22-14, man. That is absolutely absurd. He is not missing any creeps. Sneaking finally got back to top lane. You can see in the river, nice fissure by Kizzles, managing to get that regeneration rune. Ooh, they're going to go on top here. There's way 4 mana to Sneaking, forced to pop the wind run. Zordi, no mana to follow up. There's the nuke from Chen, but not enough to take him out. And the rest of Luksus is going to be forced back here. Kizzle's making his way up here. Looks like he's stuttering some stuns. Not sure what he wants to do. And no pressure really being applied to this tower yet. A bit surprising. Tower still stands at 100% HP. Both towers actually do. And now we're going to see some aggression here. Chen finally making his way back to the lane with that creep. Going to try to do whatever he can to push this lane. A ultimate coming top. They might be looking to line up a fissure here. Oh, is it going to hit all 3? It does. Where's the fissure? The power shot goes off, but the fissure's off the mark. Didn't hit the Chen. A little bit of miscoordination there by the Earthshaker. That definitely would have been a kill on Hawaii at the very least, if not Zordi too, if he was able to land a double. You can see Lina making her way to this bottom lane behind the tier 1. Might be trying to pick out this Enigma here. And in the middle lane, Hasu's still taking quite a bit of harassment himself. And I really want to watch this bottom. They could be setting up a dive. Always going in. Level 6 does have rank 3 of his Chaos Bolt. The Enigma's only level 3. They're between towers right now, but this is really risky. No TP reaction yet from Luksus, and they're just going to try to back off. Lina has taken so much damage from the tower. There's a TP, and it's going to be CM coming in. Needs to be careful, though. Gets the Chaos Bolt. There's a stun combination from Lina, but it's only level 2, so it doesn't do too much damage. Is Aoi going to be able to get the kill? He does, but he's going to be blocked in here by creeps and Enigma. Nowhere to go. No TP either, but he does blink out to a creep. Nice play there. He will eventually get out of the tower range and be able to beat A-OK. 2-2 right now. Even game between Luksus and PotM. Another aggressive wave in from this Morphling. Fissure onto Hasu. Oh, and AL, is it going to be able to hit him? It does hit him with the dot, but it doesn't do the burst damage that he was looking for, so I think Hasu is going to be okay here. He's going to barely live through that. OI 2000, level 7 now. He's got his Orb of the Magi, so definitely going for that drum first build. Top lane, Morphling still farming away. 26 kills. 4 denies right now for him. Check out Fogged really quick. 34-16. Oh, and bottom lane, Haystern picked up by Lina, and this Enigma is just a goner. There's no way he's going to be able to get away from this. He's level 5. Kizzle's not even bothering to fissure yet. Oh, there's the mana. And there's a follow-up Light Strike Array for the kill. And now that gives the first kill lead of the game, basically. 3-2 in favor of PotM. Looking at the gold so far, only about 1,000 lead for Radiant and about 1,500 experience. It's nothing too crazy. Overall CS, I think that PotM bottom is actually pretty even. The only two who have a lot of CS right now are the AA and the CK, who's basically been against no one. Then you have the Morphling with 31, Chen with 25, and 20 for the Beastmaster. AA Ultimate's going to be off the mark top as Luksus continues to push this lane. Another waveform in, going on and sneaking. There's the Nova, but Lina is here as well, so Rotten has to be a bit careful. Oh, nice shackle onto Zordy. Here's going to be the follow-up stun, and wave coming out. Power shot lands too. Tries to send him back to base with the Holy Persuasion, but not going to be nearly fast enough. The delay on that at level 2, I believe, is 5 seconds. So he did not have the time to get back. TP reaction from Kizzles. A little bit tardy to the party, but it's the thought that counts, right? Fog's still doing amazingly well on this middle lane, but Hasu has 27 of his own. 27 CS isn't that bad considering the situation. But the real problem is going to be once Aoi starts getting some items and he's able to roam around the map. He's already level 8, halfway to level 9, highest pretty much on his team right now. And you can see the auto attack damage that he does to a level 5 Enigma. Forced a health potion after 2 regular autos, not even a crit, as he does not have that crit ability skill that he goes in again. There's the Malefice onto Aoi. TP reaction coming out from Beastmaster. He is 6. This is going to be a roar on top. Is he still in tower range? No, he's not. The axes do come out. Conversion's doing quite a bit of damage as well. And a nice TP reaction from sneaking with a shackle just in time to save Aoi. 43 HP. Talk about sick game sense right there. That was really well done. Invis is popping the Beastmaster to scout things out, making sure there's no one else here. If they could potentially go for that kill on Aoi, that would be great. But CK is 325 base move speed. You are not catching him, man. Nova coming off in the meantime, top lane, pushing the creep wave back. There's the A ultimate. Will it hit anyone? It does hit Chen. The fissure goes off, and the wave as well into Zordy. He's stuck behind enemy lines here. He will drop to the auto attack from Fogs. Now Rotten going to be forced to go back as well. Wave up in 1 second. He should be okay here. Not even going to need to use it, actually. Just scuttles himself away. Doesn't have feet, so I'm not sure if that would be considered a scuttle. But at this point in the game, 5-2, PotM bottom takes a kill lead. 9 minutes into the game. Hasu currently level 7 himself. He's got his max rank of axes right now. Gold graph still climbing in favor of Radiant at this point. 2,000 gold, about 2,500 experience now. And the lead isn't big by any means, but if they can keep up this pace, then for the mid game they're going to be pretty set. Aoi right now has his bracer recipe and drum recipe in the stash, just waiting for that gauntlet. And I believe that makes his entire drum. So he'll be sending that to himself once the chicken gets back to base. Rotten still sitting up here free farming away himself, but I think it's a bit surprising actually. Oh, and in the meantime, Hasu's going to be gotten on mid here. Had the fissure combination with the Icy Blast and Cold Feet, more than enough to kill him. So that's another kill for PotM bottom, and this is a style that they love, man. They just play so aggressive. They punish you for positioning in bad areas, and they just flat out kill you with combinations of Mass Stun and AA Ultimate. That is a strength of the composition coming out right now from the Radiant side. And I think that Luksus is going to be hard-pressed to have an answer for the CK in mid-game if they can't get Morphling some farm. I mean, he is doing well. He's got 46 CS right now, and he is going to go play aggressively here on sneaking with that waveform, force him back to the tower. But now that Lina's here, I think he'll be A-okay. TP in middle from Hasu, and just right away gets the Cold Feet used on him. Already down to 700 HP, going to bottle himself back up. Sneaking right now, has a Ring of Regeneration, maybe looking to make something like a headdress, go for the fast mech. And this tower is quite low. We're going to see TP in coming from Kizzles. Can they deny the tower? They just completely ignore it, actually. The Catapult gets the kill, but now they're going on a Zordy. Nice follow-up power shot and wave right there, but it looks like Lina's going to pay for her indiscretion right here. Going in. Actually, nice shackle, though, but the waveform over the tree from Morphling, and another kill. Chen nukes down Windrunner. So a 2 for 2 so far, and Luksus gets the tower, so that's definitely favorable for them. 1 second on the waveform. Is he going to go to it and go for the kill? It doesn't look like it. The Earthshaker illusion will just eventually fall. And in the meantime, Aoi was taking quite a bit of damage bottom lane. Definitely after killing that Enigma. Looks like he did a little bit of tower diving right there with the assistance of his newly bought drum. Another AA ultimate going off down mid. Ooh, Hasu needs to be careful, man. You can't run in a straight line against an AA, and this is why. Oh, man, you can't run straight back to the base against AA, as that will happen every single time. poor Hasu. I mean, you just got to have that awareness. Any hero with a global ultimate, you always have to be paying attention to what pattern you're running, because anticipating a straight line is much easier than if you were to take another path back to base, such as going through the jungle or something like that. He would have been perfectly fine if he had done that. TP coming in bottom lane from Fog. Zordy throwing out the Nova onto a full creep wave. Is Fog going to go for this? He does have ultimate in about 3 seconds. No earned charges yet. Throws out the Ice Vortex. And Zordy's going to turn around and fight it, but that was a huge mistake. Look at the burst damage coming out from Fog. And he is manning up right here. There is the Poland coming out of CK and a stun. Morphling's going to drop as well. There's the Chen heal, but it's late. Doesn't actually save anyone. Now Fog's desperately trying to run away. No earn just yet. The Boar is slowing him, but he's bottling up between the Boar auto attacks. He uses the Fog right there. Another 4-second stun onto Hasu. Auto attacks going off. There's the earn and the Ice Vortex. This is going to be another kill for sure. That is a dominating streak for CK. Double kill. And they're going to go ahead and take out that annoying Boar after the fact. Really great play so far coming out of PotM bottom. 3 down. Fog didn't even drop there, and it looks like we might have another kill on mid. There's the fissure, but no follow-up yet. So Enigma will be able to escape with his life. 13-4 at 13 minutes. And the gold advantage actually isn't too high right now. The experience, though, is what you really got to watch out for. The experience graph getting close to 7,500 in favor of Radiant, while 3,000 gold in favor of Radiant as well. So the experience is definitely the make-or-break situation right now for Radiant side. Going to see another A ultimate. Possibly clip 2 mid. Oh my god, the range on that Shackle. Power shot to follow, and that is a dead Enigma. Now sneaking, runs in with the Windrun on, gets frozen in place. Chen coming out of the jungle. There's the neck creep. Can he get a nuke off? Nice light strike array stopping any extra aggression from those creeps. A fissure onto Hawaii as well. There's the wave. He doesn't have his ultimate up just yet. 45 seconds. Can they get another power shot? No, he jukes back. Still gets hit by the stun, though. And Lean's going to be forced back. Kizzle's coming in from the side. Fissure in 3 more seconds. Hasu does have Roar. Are they going to go on this? There's the cold feet and the fissure to follow with the earn. Enough to kill AA. Now Hasu running behind the tower. Ice Vortex is used. The creeps are nuked down on the side by Lean. Another Shackle doesn't latch to anything this time. Fog taking a lot of damage from the tower. He does get the kill, however, on Chen. Here comes Enigma back after with the Malphus. The A Ice Blast does go off, but it doesn't hit anyone except for the Enigma. And Enigma has too much HP to die to that alone. I think he was going for the Beastmaster there. Didn't quite make contact. 16-5 now in favor of PotM bottom. As we can see, Aoi has popped his Phantasm's bottom, and he is just going to town, man. And TPing into Phantasm is a little bit scary, I guess, unless you're a Morphling in this case. Morphling almost has his Lincolns, about 1,200 gold away. He's got that Orb and the Perseverance up as well. Sneaking has his Phase Boots currently, Ring of Bacillus, and his Ring of Regeneration, so probably still going for mech. Just one of the bonus move speed from the Phase. Beastmaster doesn't have anything of note as of yet, just the Boots, Wand, Bottle. He's got a couple of CS. Ooh, another Shackle, but mispositioning right there from Windrunner. And bottom lane, Aoi is just kind of doing his own thing here. He just had something sent to him, and it's going to be a Sage. So instead of going for the BKB, I assume that's going to be a Halberd or an S&Y, one or the other. I guess that's the only 2 items you can make with a Sage, but I'm kind of leaning towards an S&Y. I don't feel like he needs the disarm. And you can see how much damage Aoi does. Even a Morphling doesn't want to fight that. 3-second stun after the fact, doing quite a bit of auto attack damage. No crits yet. Going to use his Replicate right there. Not even morphing stats. I mean, he's still taking a lot of damage. His waveform's going to be up here in a second. Forced to actually morph strength just to live through that. CK hits for 150 on the nose right here. Didn't get any lucky crits, however. Might have actually gotten a kill if he did. Going to see some spamming going down mid from PotM bottom, looking to push this tier 1 middle. So we can see the Replicate coming down here right now as well. And pretty much team jungling going down from Luksus. They just want to try to get as much farm as they can on the supports, which is understandable, but this CM is 0-6, man. He has been having a really rough game. Fogged 7-1-3, 81-19 CS at 16 minutes. That is completely bonkers. He's been doing a great job so far. Aoi might be in some trouble here, though. Rotten goes in really fast. Actually, probably scared him away a bit there. Maybe some miscommunication. Hasu wasn't quite there. And in the top lane, looks like Enigma might actually pay here for going on Fog, but Fog will eventually drop. Another Cold Feet, and the AA Ice Blast dot does execute the Enigma, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. And even when you get a kill like that, it's still not really getting yourself back into the game. Yeah, Fog does have more farm, so he's worth more to kill, but I mean, the Enigma ran back in, got the second cold feet used on him. He might have lived through that dot damage if he had just stayed back. The CM would have killed him anyway. There were already conversions. Just really strange plays. Going to see a fissure onto the high ground, onto the Chen. Another shackle. Power shot should be able to kill those creeps, but no, he burns the healer just to keep him alive. Now sneaking is going to wind run back to the opposite side of the river. Aoi's still pretty much being left alone. He's currently 4-0, 95 CS, getting close to the 100 mark before 20 minutes. That's always a bad situation if you're on the receiving end of that farm. Things have kind of calmed down a bit here in the last couple of minutes. Zordy kind of running around. Doesn't even have any wards on him as of yet. I actually don't quite understand the warding right now from Luksus. I mean, whenever you have wards, typically you want to make use of them by either being in that lane or trying to push that particular lane. And right now they haven't really done either. That first tier tower bottom is still standing. It's actually above half health. So whenever you're warding, it's important to keep in mind what your goal is when you have those wards down, because it can make the difference between having useful vision and not really seeing anything. And I think that's a lot of the reason why Luksus is having a hard time. Lena's going to get spotted out here on the side. No aggression, though. Just going to go ahead and back up as we have Fog sitting on the high ground. Uses the Ice Vortex. He's going to go for it, man. He has a Dagon as well. Are you kidding me? And that is a dead Chen. He had absolutely no chance, and that does go off. There's the Malphus on the Fog as well, but he is so tanky. I don't know if they're even going to be able to get him right here. Another nice shackle from sneaking. There's the Roaring Axes. Might be enough to kill Fog. So many creeps hitting him. He turns around the other way. Is he really going to get out of here? No, he won't. Zordy throws out the Nova, and a nice black hole with the Sam ultimate. Just evaporates the rest of PotM bottom, and that was a huge turnaround. 3 for 2. Chen dying first, but manages to turn it around just a bit. Now here's Aoi with the 4-second stun, but he can't fight this man. There's the net too. He phantasms out of the net, going to keep running down the river, but I don't think he's going to be able to get away from this. He does have a wand, but nope. Pops the drum. I don't know if it's going to be enough. The boar is still hitting him. A nice shackle stops the boar and stops Zordy in the back. They are going to get that kill. Are you serious? Is Aoi really going to live here? The movement speed bonus from the drum and popping it itself saved his life. Unbelievable that he didn't get through or didn't die there. I don't even know what to say, man. That's got to be heartbreaking. That shackle in the back probably helped him there. I'm not sure if Zordy had mana to bite anyway, but after the Nova, I was kind of expecting it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Man, that was crazy. What a crazy team fight. Great black hole from the Enigma as well, and nice coordination from Zordy right there, throwing out his ultimate right after the fact. Doing a ton of damage to Sneaking and the Lina. Ice Blast going to go down middle. Didn't hit anyone, though. Power Shot spamming down that wave mid. And Beastmaster bought a Vanguard. Vanguard's definitely a good item in a lot of cases on Beastmaster, but most of the damage coming out from PotM bottom is magic. Typically, when that's the case, you see Beastmasters going for the pipe and then Vitality Booster instead of going full Vanguard, because it's pretty much wasting basically your Ring of Health, the 875 gold from that, and the extra 250 from the Stout Shield. But they're going to get first tier tower mid. Nahasu's going to run into 3 heroes. There's a shackle. He's definitely going to get frozen here. Not living through that, buddy. Chen tried to heal him, but not going to be nearly enough to save him from that burst damage. And now we're going to see some scouting out done here by the Ice Vortex. Zordy going to be forced back. Oh, Courier, be careful. One more hit would have killed that Courier. Now they're going to go right onto the Enigma here. There's a Light Striker right, followed by the Ice Blast. And holy crap, how did Lina even get that kill? Zordy threw out the freeze, Sneaking, diving with that wind run, using it to avoid all the tower hits. Zordy still trying to juke here. We have a TP coming in from Morphling. There's the ultimate from Lina. Zordy still quite low on health. There's a way for him in, though. Are they going to be able to get Lina? The fissure stops him from attacking. There's a follow-up and a shackle. He's morphing strength. Can he get sent back to base in time? I think he might be able to. The Echo Slam comes off, but he ends up dying to the Chen creeps, and Morphling lives. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't kill the Lina, but they did get Earthshaker. There's another shackle onto Hawaii right here. Fog coming in from the back. There's a net on his Sneaking as well. Cold Feet is used, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes Beastmaster. He does have Roar. Can they get the vision to the high ground? Nice Ice Vortex going to slow him down. Don't think he's going to be able to get a range for this. And in the meantime, bottom, Aoi phantasms up, takes the second tier tower bottom. 23-10 in favor of PotM bottom at this point. And this game is looking really, really good right now for Radiant. 5,000 gold right now in favor of Radiant. And experience has got to be even higher. Yeah, about 7,500. That last team fight in the Radiant side jungle definitely helped Luksus a bit, but not nearly enough to get themselves fully back into the game. Enigma's rushing a BKB as well. I think this is a pretty good choice considering nobody on Radiant can stop him from ulting with the BKB. They don't have anything like a Beastmaster Roar. to stop that black hole. So definitely a good choice. And SNY was finished. Oh, 3-second stun on Hasu. He does have backup here, but are they going to be able to save him? Looks like he's trying to decide if he wants to. Nice shackle on the follow-up right there. And Hasu's taking a lot of damage, and the fissure should be enough to pick up the kill. It does hit Enigma as well. Zordy should be able to get away from this, as the rest of Lux is forced to fall back to the tower. But Aoi doesn't care, man. He's just going in. 4-second stun on Zordy. There's the wave. Looking for some follow-up damage. Another great shackle from Sneaking on Zordy. There's the power shot. Not quite enough damage to kill him yet. He gets frozen into place. There's A ultimate, and he gets pulled in and pops his ultimate, but goes down. So 2 for 1 right now. Sneaking is dead. Aoi forced to retreat. Rotten comes in, blocks him with the replicate. Really nice play, but he just turns around and goes into the other side of the jungle. And now we can see Enigma trying to take the short path throughout the stun. Is he going to go to his replicant and wave form? The Malphus is on. Is Aoi going to drop here? He will finally go down. Enigma picking up the kill from Luksus, so great turnaround right there. And in the top lane, Fogged is just pushing away right here. He has 3,000 gold saved up, in addition to his Dagon 1 with his Urn and Tread, so his farm is crazy. 10, 3, and 6 at 23 minutes. Hasu does not have really anything else to note as of yet besides that Vanguard. And that is a flying tree stump, by the way. I just noticed that. The flying tree stump courier. Alrighty, I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. But bottom lane is going to be pushed in by Rotten here just a bit. Glyph is used. Sneaking's here. He's looking to line up a shackle or get the deny. The deny is from the Earthshaker, so now Rotten needs to get out of here. He can't stay. Are they going to shackle? And there it is. Rotten runs right into the shackle range, and now Kizzles has time to follow up with his fissure if he wants to. The strength conversion is going down. Can Rotten get out of here in time? He's going to try to TP after all the stuns are down. No mana for the enchant totem, and Rotten will be able to get away. However, PotM bottom did deny their tower. So nice reaction right there. Fogg's still kind of running around on his side of the map here. See what he buys at the secret shop. Is he going to go for a sheep? He does buy his Mystic Staff, so it could be a sheep, could be a Shiva's. Probably a sheep in all likelihood. Sneaking going to go ahead and pick up an Invisor and has his Soul Ring and another 2,000 gold. So instead of going for the mech, he did end up getting the Soul Ring. Who is getting a mech on their team then? I think the Lena could buy a full mech right now. She definitely has enough money. Or a Force Staff or Blink or something like that if they want the initiation. We'll have to see. Ooh, Counterward's going to spot out Sneaking here. Rotten knows that he's there, as should the rest of Luxus. Do they have another Counterward to drop? That's the problem, but now Sneaking knows that there's a Counterward there. He won't make that mistake twice. He definitely will not run back into that ward. We saw some pings going off. Ooh, Sneaking's going to find Hasu over here. Here's A ultimate. Can they kill him? There's the shackle. The power shot's going to be following right here. And the auto attack's coming off from Sneaking. Is it going to be enough? There's the Beastmaster Roar and the Malphus that kind of overlapped each other. Oh, wow. Sneaking did not make it out of that one. A little bit of a miscalculation. Not quite enough damage to kill the Beastmaster, so I guess the Vanguard did save him there. I think a Cloak probably would have done the job just as well, but in this case, Vanguard has worked out solely because of the bonus HP that you gain. And I really like the way that Aoi is doing this. He's just popping his illusions on cooldown and pushing towers. Look at how much damage those things do. With the bonus strength from having an SNY and a drum with the treads, those phantasms hit really, really hard. And after that, Aoi just goes back to bottom lane and continues his farm, man. He's going to be really scary going into the later game. He's over halfway to his BKB if he wants to buy it. We're going to see a Roche attempt here from Luksus as well. And right now, I'm not sure if they can even react to this, but we will see. We do have some pings going off. A ultimate is going to go inside the pit here. Let's see if... Actually, no one's really low, so it shouldn't matter. And the Aegis is going to go to Morphling. And he pops his Replicate, going to head to the top lane. Has his Lincolns up as well. Fog going to spot him out here on the side, though. Drops the Ice Vortex. Rotten's going to go ahead and waveform back up to the creep wave. 4 players now middle. Going on Sneaking right here. There's another Beastmaster where Malphus is still used. Kizzle's here for the backup, though. Blinks it with the Echo Slam. Catches 3. And Hasu, Zordy, and the Chen are all going to go down. Nice black hole, though, manages to catch 3, but no follow-up damage. The CM Ultimate is doing a little bit, but it's just not nearly enough. Midnight Pulse dropped after the fact. He's going to get pulled back in and taken down by Chaos Knight. No heroes down as of yet. Shackle not going to make contact. Tried to win run to get in range before the TP went off, but not nearly fast enough. So 4 for 0 right there. Beautiful Echo Slam from Kizzles, allowing them to get that tier 2 tower mid and possibly a Rax. Still going to be 40 seconds. No black hole on the Enigma. And Morphling still does have his Aegis. He needs to be the one to try to defend this, but I don't even know if he can. He's all by himself for quite a bit. Another 10 seconds at the very least on the CM and the Chen. Gonna have an adaptive strike used. He got his Lincolns eaten right there by the shackle shot. So he can pop on the wind run to mitigate all the damage from the tower. Tower is gonna go down. Now can they get the racks in time? Gonna see a 3-second stun onto Aoi's own illusion. There's the waveform in. They want to play this aggressively. The A ultimate does hit. Wow, and the Dagon as well from Fog to get the kill. Now he's going to be able to run out of base. Gets mech back up. Frozen in place, though. Nice shackle on Zordi and Rotten. Here comes Kizzles. Blinks in. Throws out the enchant totem. No fissure yet, though. Aegis is lost as well as CM going down. Now we see the Midnight Pulse onto Kizzles. He's going to go down. Hasu trying to run back into the base. Has that urn. He's popping his bottle between it, but Aoi's going to keep chasing, man. He wants him. The Phantasm will get the kill. Now Sneaking is quite low on health as well. Fog also trying to retreat. Very little mana. Has enough for an Ice Vortex. Oh, the shackle would have gone off if there was no Lincolns, but the Lincolns was off cooldown. Now Fog trying to run away from Enigma and Chen here, but I don't think he's going to be very effective. He's going to get cut off here from the side. 5 seconds on his ultimate. Waveform up from the Morphling as well. He gets forced over the edge. They can't see him. Oh, he moved, though. If he could earn there and stay for a little bit longer, he might have been able to get an Ice Blast off and potentially kill Chen. Oh, man. That was a crazy fight. 32, though, to 15 in favor of PotM. They did a little bit of damage to the racks. And Aoi pretty much just got the heck out of there. 5,000 gold on him, though. He might just go straight for a heart. He's only 400 away at this point. Definitely wouldn't put it past him. Sneaking picked up his headdress and a cloak, so I guess he's going to be making the pipe for his team. Force staff as well. Going to help him get into better positions for shackle shots. BKB almost finished on the Enigma as well. He's about 250 away from that. And there's the Reaver, also picked up on Aoi, so he is going straight for a heart. He is going to have so much HP. 3,200 health at less than 30 minutes into the game. I don't see really any way that they're going to be able to kill him, and that also means that his illusions are going to be that much stronger when he pops his ultimate. And looking at the farm on Luksus right now, I mean, the Beastmaster does have his phase. He has a Vanguard and a Cloak. He's not really hurting that bad, but no one really compares to the kind of farm that Fogged and Aoi have from PotM, and that's really the issue. Got the Courier going to the side shop, and that's going to be a finished Scythe for AA as well. So now he's going to have a Hex on top of the already ridiculous farm that he has. And PotM is looking to take this last tier 2 top. They're going to group up here. Luksus is here, however. If they spot out there's only 3, they might try to go on this, but Chaos Knight is just so tanky. I'm not even sure if they can take a lopsided fight. I don't even know if a 3v4 or a 4v4 is going to work for them. We have the Phantasm pop. They're going to go either right in the tower or try to go in here. It looks like Aoi doesn't care, man. He wants to go in, and he actually pulls a creep, it looks like, instead of... Oh, no, he canceled it. Never mind. He cast it. Oh, my goodness. Crystal Maiden just completely evaporates that damage to the fissure and behind the tier 2, and now Hawaii is going to get nuked down, pulled back in, and just completely demolished. So 2 down right now for Luksus, and I got to think the GDs are going to be coming soon. I mean, we saw that CM didn't even live through 1 blink strike and auto attack. He just died. You can see how he just tanking this tower. Doesn't even care. Heart regen goes through tower hits, even with the backdoor protection. It's just not nearly enough to save that tower. Seeing he's going to go in, look to line up a shackle here. Doesn't latch to anything, but Aoi's going to go in anyway. Pulls him back. There's a 3-second stun. Here comes the A ultimate. Midnight Pulse is dropped, but Aoi's actually going to back out. Doesn't want to tank that extra damage from standing in the Midnight Pulse because it is percentage damage per second. Pulls the Enigma, and there's the black hole. It actually catches 4. This could be a big turnaround. Zordi trying to get in position to ult right here. Throws up the freeze onto Fogged, and there's the ultimate. Finally, Aoi's still tanking in the fray right here. Fogged will go down eventually, and now Enigma is in a bit of trouble. Zordi is actually going to be just fine. That was a really nice black hole. Beastmaster Roar onto Aoi as well, and he's trying to get out of here. He has 400 HP. He will barely survive. Gets forced out by his teammate. Sneaking. Now the wind run is going to be popped. They are on full retreat right here. Nice shackle on Zordi and the Morphling. Hasu still chasing, doesn't have call up for quite a bit though. This could be a bit of a mistake. 4-second stun turnaround. Are they going to be able to do enough damage? They're going to try to send it back to base with that Holy Persuasion. He tries to axe, but it gets sent to the base beforehand. And now I think that Aoi wants to turn this around. He's regenning a lot of health. They can't extend this fight too much. Lina is dead now. And Sneaking is going to force himself over that ledge. Aoi back in on Zordi, though. There's the freeze. Can they stop him from killing their CM? He actually gives him a bit of vision there with that Midnight Pulse, but doing still quite a bit of damage. Rotten throwing off the auto attacks as well. There's a slow coming out from Chen. Windrunner picks off Crystal Maiden with the crazy power shot, as CK will eventually be taken down. And great base defense coming out of Luksus. I don't even know how they did that. That is very impressive. I got to give props to Noya for that black hole. That was amazing positioning, knowing exactly where the edge of his ultimate would be. Allowed Zordy to get some damage off. I would have liked to have seen him ult a bit sooner, even if it wasn't hitting everyone. The damage from a level 2 Crystal Maiden ult is crazy high, so they might have been able to kill the CK a bit sooner if he had just gone right away instead of trying to freeze Fogged. However, it did result in Fog dying, so maybe he made the right call. Fog, by the way, still ridiculously farmed, 131 CS. 12 kills, 5 deaths, 11 assists. 32 minutes into the game, haven't checked the gold in a while. Yeah, it's looking pretty heavily in favor of PotM bottom, about 15,000 gold, 12,000 experience as well. And we see a smoke up here as well from PotM bottom. Got an illusion sitting mid. Just punching the creeps, no big deal. Enigma is level 17 now after that team fight. Ooh, Lena's going to spot out Hawaii here. Who do they want to go on? I heard the Malphus go off onto Kizzles. We have sneaking going on Zordy right here. The Enchant Totem does stop his TP. Zordy's in a lot of trouble. Can't get away. And here comes Lena from the top with the wave to secure the kill. Light Strike Array is going to do quite a bit of damage to the creeps, helping push up the lane. No base tower here. It's very important. Now they can just go freely into the base and be able to attack that now. Top lane, we have the A ultimate coming. I don't think it's going to make contact with the Morphling. They're not even trying to kill him, really. He's just going to go ahead and TP out of there and be fine. Still got 3 people from PotM bottom sitting mid. Fog throwing out the cold feet and some ice vortexes to do some scouting. Kizzle still does have that blink dagger. 1,700 gold saved up. See if Luksus wants to actually fight this. They don't have sneaking for a couple more seconds. Phantasm is popped by Owie. Might see him just go straight for the racks here. Who is he going to go on? Replicate used on Owie as well. Sheep onto Rotten, but he is way back in the base. Don't think they're going to be able to go on him. He's using the Phantasms to do a ton of damage to the racks. Look at how tanky those are. Oh my god, are they going to kill the... They have to glyph just because of the illusions. Now Sneaking looks like he's in a bit of trouble. He is moving pretty slow. And now he's going to get waved in on by Morphling. Stun's going to go off after the Lincolns is dropped right there. There's the Roar on Sneaking as well. Wyvern's going to be off. There's the ultimate from AA. Echo Slam manages to hit 2, but not doing too much damage. BKB popped. Ultimate only hits 2 heroes. Are they going to be able to take Kizzles down in this duration? No, they're just going to be forced back entirely. BKB still on. Cancel cast animation right there on the pullback from the CK. Zordy will live through this, but I don't think Enigma will. Oh, he gets pulled back in by Owie once again. There's a Laguna Blade. Finishes him off, and AA will end up getting the kill on Crystal Maiden, and the GG's come out. So, PotM bottom taking this victory pretty decisively, I would say. 41-18 at the 35-minute mark. Pretty sizable lead right there. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover Game 2 because we have another tournament to cast, but I want to thank Gamer University once again for letting me cast this game between our downtime for our own tournament. Once again, my name is Draskyl. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. I'll probably leave the stream going with some music for you guys just until I figure out what's going on. So we should have another match coming your way, and it will be the ECAL qualification match that's scheduled to start in just about 20 minutes. So stick around if you guys are interested in that, and we'll see you guys in just a bit.